What's up, internet? Welcome back. This is Linzer22. Sega and Jim Carrey both have gave comments about the ups and downs of what's going on with the Sonic film. But before I get into it, let me just tell you this is a forum discussion video. So before I start, leave your comments about the topic down below. And after the discussion, continue the conversations down below. And remember to subscribe for more content. So starting off with Sega's response to what's going on with the Sonic film. In an interview with Game Industry, Sega of Europe COO and President Gary Dale has kind of had a comment on what's going on, at least of whether or not Sega should be involved with any sort of details with Sega. He goes on to say, and I'm paraphrasing here, that he believes that while Sega is the company that knows most about Sonic the Hedgehog, they are not the company that knows most about films. That's Paramount. So they kind of want to keep their hands off of the film process and anything that kind of goes on with that. And that's mostly because when you look at all the other films that are based off of video game properties in the past, it has shown that when video game companies get too delved into these projects, they kind of mess everything up. They kind of they want things to go this way, they want things to go that way, they want things to line up on their bottom line, and that doesn't really bode well for the film. Now, in terms of what he said, I completely agree. If you look back, I definitely see that process. You see a lot of video game executives kind of pushing and pulling on all these projects and sort of messing them up. So yeah, I think it's a bad idea for them to get too involved. That being said, I have to say that they should at least have some input in terms of Sonic's design, because as we've seen in the past, Sega was not too happy with the design that we ended up getting. But I think they're more than happy that Paramount has decided to totally redo the Sonic's look, and of course all the fans are excited for that too. Now when it comes to Jim Carrey, he kind of gave a comment saying, once again, I'm paraphrasing here, he believes when the fans are getting too involved, giving too many opinions, the project could end up as a Frankenstein of a project. And yes, Jim Carrey, that is 100% true. But I feel like this is a slightly different sort of thing. I believe what the fans are doing is they're kind of making it clear like, hey, we do care about this character and we do not want you to mess it up. Please do not do this, and that. Whatever, everything else you do is fine. While, of course, other people are more nitpicky, I think generally what Paramount has got in terms of information of how Sonic should look is that Sonic should be more true to form, because his design is naturally a really appealing design, and people like Sonic because of his design. So don't mess that up. And I think Paramount got that loud and clear, and they're not adjusting the movie entirely per se. I don't think they're going to do any reshoots. In fact, in this interview, he mentions that he did not have to do any reshoots. So I think that's good news. All they're going to do is change the design. I don't think there's going to be anything that would ruin that. I think if anything, this would fix that. But that being said, the fact that if you have too many people pushing and pulling on a project, you can end up with a Frankenstein problem. In this case, I don't think that it is a Frankenstein problem. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Sega getting too involved would ruin things, or do you think they need to get in more involved? Do you think that Jim Carrey's right that this could end up a Frankenstein problem? Strangely enough, these two responses I felt were kind of both related. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And just a quick reminder before I go, if you like discussion videos much like this one, go ahead and subscribe, and I will be back with more.